Hello there everybody, welcome to another YouTube interview. This time I'm going to be interviewing one of my great YouTube friends. And now, you've seen him on a few of my videos already before. You've seen him in my music comparison videos. And now everyone, my friend Ryan.
Hey, how's it going everybody on Patrick's channel? It's me, DeBoss, in case you guys are wondering if you've watched my channel in the past and you're wondering where I am. I'm actually currently on vacation at the time that I'm recording my answers to these questions. And yeah, so basically how this started, if Patrick hasn't told you already by this point, he basically approached me a little while back and was like, hey, you want to do a YouTube interview with me? And I said, sure, why not? It'd be really cool. Patrick's a good friend of mine here on YouTube, so I figured a collab, that's awesome. So he sent me some questions, and I figured I would answer them for you guys. So I guess let's just get started. So,
when did you get into gaming?
I would say I started getting into gaming probably at a very young age. It was actually about 5 or 6. It was like 5, 6, 7. It was somewhere in there when I got my first. I think it was my PS1 was the first system that I got. That or my Game Boy Advance. PS1, I absolutely loved that thing. Played a lot of classic games that I still love today. The original Crash. I remember I played a lot of Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase on PS1. If any of you guys out there remember that game. And there's a lot of games out there. I briefly played the first Tomb Raider. I was completely trash at it, but I still played it. The Game Boy, I played a lot of the original Pokemon games on that I still have and I still love. So, yeah, those were the two systems that kind of got me started off, and some of the games that I played that I loved, and I still like them today, don't get me wrong. Just, obviously, tastes change as you get older. But I guess I got into gaming basically when I was younger. As far as doing gaming on YouTube, I started trying that out back in 2015, 2016, when I was actually just first starting out. And admittedly, those videos weren't the greatest, but, you know, still history on the channel nonetheless. And as far as gaming currently on the channel goes, getting back more into gaming is what I'll say. Going back more to my roots while still doing the new stuff that I'm known for. So, basically that's how I got started with gaming.
Why did you start YouTube?
Funny story actually about how I actually got into YouTube. My channel origins is always kind of a funny thing. I've probably mentioned it in several videos in the past, and I've probably mentioned it to a couple different people. YouTube wasn't something that I initially planned on getting on. I watched a lot of YouTube. I was one of those kids throughout my childhood that, surprise, surprise, my nose was in a book for most of the time, and I wasn't really on the internet, so to speak. I actually didn't even start watching YouTube videos, I would say, till about 2014, and that's when or 2013, when I got my laptop for Christmas, and that's when I started watching the crap out of YouTube videos, and that's when I became invested. Originally, I wasn't even thinking about being a YouTuber, although I did admire a lot of different YouTubers. I would say that I got into YouTube 2015. My friend helped me create a profile on YouTube, and I just started randomly uploading stuff that I'm not proud of today, but, you know, even so, though, like I said before, history. What made me want to start YouTube was actually just to see where I could go. I was kind of naive. I didn't really have any set goals to entertain people or grow the channel or anything, even though I desired to be as big as I possibly could. But back then, like I said, I was pretty dang naive on YouTube. But, you know, overall, though, I started YouTube because I was curious, because I wanted to see what the environment was like, because I wanted to see, like, what it was like to upload videos like all these creators that I was just then getting into. So, I don't blame myself for the way that I viewed YouTube back then, because it helped me grow into the YouTuber that I am now, and honestly, I couldn't be happier with that.
Who or what inspired you to become a YouTuber?
Like I said, back then I didn't really have any direct, you know, influences. I don't even remember some of the YouTubers that I watched several years back when I first started doing it. Like I said, big influences that had on me was I was curious, I wanted to get into doing it. For whatever reason, and this has something to do with the origins of my original channel name and kind of the current channel name that I have, I, for whatever reason, wanted to do rap music, mostly inspired from a friend who did rap music back then, and I guess he still does, but whatever. And I was very naive. I was a very different person then, and trust me, if you knew me, you would know all the details of that stuff. But, you know, it's one of those things where I was still very curious, and I still wanted to get into the YouTube scene. And of course, as time went by, as the years went by, I became more and more serious about doing this. And then eventually, you know, over the past couple of years, channel's grown bigger. I've actually gained some pretty dedicated viewers to the channel who consistently come back for the videos, who consistently come to the live streams that I do. And the channel grows bit by bit every day. And I won't, like I said, YouTube is a passion that I hope to continue for a long time. So originally, I didn't have major YouTube inspirations to do it. I do now, but I didn't then. But it was basically just a naive kid just wanting to put himself out there. And personally, I think he's done that.
What kind of video games do you like?
There's so many different video game series and, you know, like single games from series that I'm into. It's not as varied as what it could be, but there's a ton of games out there that I do like and admire. But I'm just going to go with maybe naming a couple different franchises. As you guys might know if you've been on the channel, I've mentioned several times and done live streams of. Love the original Crash games. That kind of stems from my childhood. And there's a funny backstory with Crash, but, you know, it is what it is there. And, you know, things like Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider, a lot of the old school games out there from like the 90s, from the PS1, PS2 era, even early 2000s. I love those, and I love a lot of the new games too. Love Hitman, Cuphead, a lot of the other new games that come out. Never really got into Dark Souls or anything like that, although I do want to end up actually playing the series. There's a lot of games, for some reason whenever I do these, the game series and games that I like escape my mind, and I can only think of the generalized ones. But there are a lot more games out there, trust me. But styles of games that come to mind when I think of my favorite kinds of games, platformers for sure. I do like a lot of different shooting games. Not all of them are my favorite, but I do like different shooting games, like the Modern Warfare games from COD and the first two Black Ops games are among my favorites in the COD series. So I do like shooting games to an extent, like platformers. I do like the like Assassin's Creed, the stealth style of you know, I suppose you could say video games, especially where Assassin's Creed is concerned. And I do like some beat-em-up games like Street Fighter. Never played that much Street Fighter, but, you know, I still think they're cool. But those are just some of the kind of games that I do like.
What advice would you give to starter YouTubers?
I did do a video about this on the channel a little while back, but just to surmise some advice for all YouTubers out there who are small and want to grow and expand, or for those of you who are thinking about starting YouTube or have just entered the platform, you know, get to know people here on the website, do collaborations with a lot of YouTubers, make friends with people here on the site, get to know people, obviously share your content on different social medias. I would recommend especially the Facebook YouTube groups are a great way to meet and, of course, you know, share your content with several other creators on the site. Similar to yourself, like other small creators, one major thing that I would not do is do not do sub for sub or any of the other stuff. If you don't know, sub for sub is basically where you exchange subscriptions on each other's channels, and people do it to get quick and easy subs and rise their numbers up. Of course, it does not help your videos in any way possible. You're basically having a number of dead subs on your channel that don't end up watching your videos. Also, it's fake, and you're not working for those subs in the first place. Same thing with like for like, where you exchange likes, where you exchange views for view for view. And sub for sub, it's so annoying when you see people posting in the Facebook groups, which is something to look out for. It's sub to my channel and I'll sub back 100% proof, or view my video for 30 seconds and I'll view yours for 30 seconds. Avoid doing those types of things because it will kill your channel and it does not set a good precedent for you as a YouTuber. Because trust me, once you enter that pattern, it is hard to break. And admittedly, I did do that for a little while. When I first started YouTube back in 2016 for real, actually even 2015, that era, I did do sub for about almost the first 100 subs on the channel. I did, and of course, you know, I lost a lot of those subs because they don't stick around, and you know, I had to gain those back. So take it from me, an experience. If you don't want to listen to me, look at some other YouTubers that have done it. So, but that's some advice that I'd give.
What plans do you have for YouTube in the future?
Personally, if you guys don't know, I am a college student, and I am, of course, planning on having a job in the future. And YouTube, I don't do money for you. I don't do, wow, that was terrible English. I don't do YouTube for money. I wouldn't even if I had the chance. I mean, first off, I can get a job for that kind of thing. I don't have to worry about that. But even so, though, I do this to entertain. I do this to entertain the people who watch me, other people on the internet who do come across my channel and videos, and of course just to grow as big as I possibly can. And, you know, as far as where I can see myself in the future as the years go by, I hope to still do YouTube for a long time. Hopefully still growing the channel, still doing it as a hobby. And of course, you know, I do want to grow the channel as much as I possibly can. Will I ever reach 1 million subs? I highly doubt it. Could it be possible? Yeah, sure. It's possible for any person out there, as long as they continue to do it and they continue to make content and stream and all that other stuff. So I hope to be doing YouTube more as a hobby in the future, and of course, grow the channel, meet new people, and, you know, have fun along the way.
Are you happy with where you're at here on YouTube? Do you feel like you've accomplished anything?
This next one's a little varied, but to summarize, I am happy with where I am on YouTube, but I'm not completely satisfied. Now, what I say that is that I'm not trying to say that to be ungrateful about where I am, because I love where I am on YouTube. I love the audience that I have, the fan base, the numbers, you know, that kind of stuff are consistent with me. However, it could always be better, and I hope that it does get better when that sub count rises, when those view counts go up on your videos, and that kind of thing. Viewer interaction, and that's the kind of thing that I hope to grow and increase. Now, am I happy where I am currently, as of now? Yeah, sure. But do I hope that am I satisfied completely? No, because I can continue to improve and grow it, like I was mentioning in the last one. So, I do definitely want to grow the channel more, but I am happy with what I have currently, but I hope to grow it more. And as far as if I felt like I've accomplished anything, absolutely I have. YouTube has helped me in more ways than what I could ever possibly say, and probably willing to say, because of personal things. But I can definitely say YouTube has been consistent with me for the past couple years, and I've accomplished a lot in terms of building a fan base, making creative videos, learning so many new things about this thing called YouTube that I've never even could have dreamed ever learning about. And I've met so many cool people, like Patrick, for example. Like, the fact that I'm able to do collaborations with people that I don't even know personally, but I've met and know well enough from the internet to do this kind of thing, that's incredible in itself. And in all sense, yes, I've accomplished that, and I hope to accomplish so much more.
What kind of movies are you into?
You know, I won't go into the specific, you know, like, types of movies, because I feel like we'd be here all day. I'll just note some highlights from movies that I do like. I love the original James Bond movies. I grew up watching those. I love the John Wick movies. I do enjoy Marvel movies, not so much DC movies, because, you know, they do need some work, but hopefully Aquaman, fingers crossed, is going to be good. You know, I do like the Star Wars movies as well, even though Last Jedi was meh. But even so, though, I do like Star Wars. Trying to think here, like I said, it's the same thing with video games. When I try to think of them, I can only think of the general ones, because, like, when I think back, I'm like, ah, shoot, I should have said this. There's so many other ones out there that I'm not thinking of right now, but trust me when I say there are a lot of different movies that I do like.
Do you watch anime?
Not all the time. Now, there are animes that I have watched and that I do enjoy. There are a lot of... you could technically count Yu-Gi-Oh! As an anime, and I do love Yu-Gi-Oh! So, you know, that's one thing that I like. And I've seen plenty of other animes that I'm into, such as One Piece, Fullmetal Alchemist, trying to think here. My Hero Academia I thought was pretty cool too. There's just a lot of different anime out there that I am into and that I do like watching, but I don't watch it frequently. But I do occasionally.
What are your favorite foods?
That's probably the easiest question on this list. Well, I shouldn't say that, but, you know, simplest question, I should say. Well, I do like pizza. I do like chicken. I do like chicken wings. A lot of different kinds of those, especially from Buffalo Wild Wings. If you guys don't know what that restaurant is, look it up. Yeah, chicken pizza. You know, I do enjoy a good quesadilla in terms of Mexican food as well. I love chicken quesadillas as far as those go. Really big fan favorite of mine. Gee, what else? Why, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of different foods that I do like. I'm not too picky, but there are some things that I don't like that much. But even so, there's just a lot of food that I like. So there's some highlights for you, I suppose. But, yeah, guys, this is gonna do it for me for this Q&A. I guess interview. I shouldn't even say Q&A. Thank you to Patrick for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure being on the channel. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching Patrick's video. And, until next time, whenever I see you guys next, peace out and stay awesome.
Okay, Ryan, thank you so much for being here for the interview. I really appreciate it, my man. And everyone, I highly recommend that you guys go and check out Ryan's channel. He is a very hilarious YouTuber, and he's very friendly and all. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.